Hello everyone, I am now finally in Singapore. I have been traveling for 2 months and this is the last week, or well actually the last 8 days of my trip over here in Southeast Asia. I'm ending it in Singapore, just arrived yesterday. The street I'm staying on is called Smith Street, and look at these colorful buildings. Apparently these are the old historic shop houses in the city. They go back, I believe, as far as the 1800s. And according to a historical marker on the street back that way that I saw yesterday, this whole street, this row, apparently was where all the brothels were. And you see also in this direction, these are just so colorful. I just love this. And this cover over the street protects it, from the sun and from the rain, obviously. And it's really a cool neighborhood. I'm right in the heart of Chinatown. There's this really cool cafe here I'm going to check out later on. I'm not going to go in right now because I'm not ready for coffee. But they call it the Cafe Monochrome. And I've peeked inside and it's all black and white, like stencil design. So here's something about Singapore that I noticed when coming in on the plane yesterday, that just off the island are container ships parked, like multiple rows deep. Like it looked like an armada of container ships. And I'm now here at an area of a park on the east side of the island, and you can see behind me when I flip the camera around, layer upon layer upon layer of ships out there. Never quite seen anything like that. And we know that Singapore is one of the world's busiest ports, but I don't think I've ever seen this. I don't think they're backed up for any particular reason. I haven't seen any news of like a longshoreman strike or anything like that. It's I think this is just how things roll here. I'm on a rooftop park, actually. It's on the roof of a facility that is used for flood control. And in the distance here is that iconic building that I know you've seen pictures of, the surfboard building. It's the Marina Bay Sands Hotel. So the architectural design of this park is just like, it's just amazing. This is really cool. So you just saw it a moment ago, I was on this rooftop park, right? Well, here's a ground park, but if you follow it, as you can see, I'm looking from above, it starts sloping upward, and I'm not sure if I'm catching this properly on the video because it's so bright out here. All I can see is the reflection on my phone, but it goes up and it goes up. I also realize I'm a little too far away from the mark. Hopefully you can hear me better now. It goes up, it goes up, it goes up, and it slants up, and then up there by that sliding rooftop thing is where I was standing, roughly, and that's the rooftop park. But as you go along here, it starts sliding down in a much narrower pathway, and that's the pathway I'm on right now, and it's sliding down and sliding down. You can now see my shadow on my feet, I think. I really can't see what I'm videotaping. And it goes down and it loops around on the inside and ends up back at the ground level, which is where I'm walking now. It is really cool. And there's a building underneath this. This park is called Gardens, God, I keep forgetting. It's on a sign right here somewhere. Gardens by the Bay. Am I at another tropical beach all of a sudden? Well, actually, no. I'm still in the Gardens by the Bay. and they've reproduced a little tropical beach. It's kind of like almost like a botanical garden here, although it's not actually the botanical gardens. That's somewhere else in Singapore. Well, Gardens by the Bay is definitely a botanical garden. Check out this really cool cactus garden. And they've got a lot of cacti from Mexico and Madagascar. It's a pretty small area, but really pretty. Really glad I came in here. I almost skipped it. I think this is a better view of it. Some of these cactus are like 12 feet tall, at least. And it's on both sides. They've got a walkway running through it. And a big green triceratops. Okay, so I bought a ticket to go into this exhibit, I guess you'd call it, called the Cloud Forest. And they got a Jurassic Park theme going. Check out this man-made waterfall. It's huge, and it's all glassed in to control the environment. This is actually that oddly architected building that we saw earlier walking up through the park. And you hear like the theme music going on in the background. And figured I'd show another angle of this with a better view of the waterfall. This thing is probably 120 feet tall. So it's touristy for the kids, but it's also still pretty informative and still trying to be a botanical garden. They're just talking about these being the world's largest ferns. Okay, I see they're educating about dinosaurs here, particularly I think the ones from the Jurassic Park movies. And so they've got these dinosaurs displayed. But it's really well done. Check out the other side of the walkway here. All these like vines going way up. I should probably put it in vertical mode so you can see better, but that's harder to edit. So apparently this thing is a path that goes all through here, but if you look up, eventually the path goes above, and it looks like you get kind of a cloud forest experience. I guess that's the intent, right? It's called the Cloud Forest. And so you get to go above. Oh, now look at the dinosaurs here. And this one back here is moving. Okay, it's cheesy, but it's really, really well done. I'm having fun. I guess the kid in me is coming out now. And no doubt the kids would love this. Oh, there we go. Very, very kind of realistic. Wow. There we go. I have to show some more. This thing is so well done. It's kind of intimidating. Boy, animatronics have really come a long way from the stuff done at Disneyland when I was a kid. This is... Let me back up so you can see the whole thing. It feels realistic, especially when it turns towards you. My heart jumps just a little bit, even knowing it's fake. And they tie it all in with plant species that they've got here that are very old and go back like hundreds of millions of years. Apparently a lot of the specimens are prehistoric plants that are still on Earth today. Wow, how primeval. Okay, here's another dinosaur for you, although it's harder to catch. There we go. How's that? There we go. How fun. And here's the Brachiosaurus for you. It's also moving around really well. They, one thing I noticed with that Tyrannosaurus is it's got a wide range of motion for an animatronic, which is really makes it feel a little bit more alive and less mechanical. But all of these are like that. And this thing is part art sculpture as well, apparently. I'm now on the upper level. This is a glass bone sculpture. It's still really pretty. Okay, there's a view from above. Sure hope I don't drop this phone. You can see the Brachiosaurus on the upper right. Okay, so this now is a better view of the Brachiosaurus than what I tried to take earlier when I was on the pathway below it, because it's much better lighting. You can really get a look at it now. You can see in the background they've got a Jeep and a totem pole and still more dinosaurs. There we go. They really put some creativity into this. I think I'm close to the way out now, towards the exit. This apparently is the secret garden. It just took me through a little theater, but I didn't really watch the show. And, God, that is really cool as well. It looks so real. I mean, all the plants are real. And this is the way out. Gosh, it looks so tropical. This arch and everything. Okay, I think I'm finally out. There's this really cool hallway that dumps you right into what looks like a gift store. So I think I'm finally out. The doors open automatically, and what a cool gift store. I'm finally out. That was a great experience. Right outside the Jurassic Park Cloud Forest exhibition, in the area where you buy the tickets and everything, and this is in the space that's between that exhibit and the Flower Dome exhibit, is a Shake Shack. I've never eaten at a Shake Shack before, and I was starting to feel a little hungry, so I went in, got a burger and a shake just to see what Shake Shack is all about. I have to tell you, actually, Burgerville is better. Okay, now for my next adventure, let's see what the Flower Dome is. I have no idea what this is going to be. Well, it's starting out kind of pretty. Okay, seems to be a giant indoor terrarium and botanical garden there, as I can tell. Well, I guess I'll go for a walk around. So according to the board here, this giant terrarium, for lack of a better word, is a climate-controlled environment, maintaining spring-like conditions for it looks like particular plants from California, the Mediterranean, and extreme southern Australia, according to the map here. Okay, here's a little more. So I just passed back there what they labeled the Australian garden and the South American garden. And the California garden is up these stairs. So this is going to be interesting to see what they actually have. It looks like a lemon tree there. It's probably an orange tree. It's hard to tell because the fruits are green. And I'm not sure what's on this side, if that's part of the California garden. I guess I'm going to find out. Well, it looks like they've got some coastal native plants, and it smells a lot more kind of moist and herbally in here than I remember California. Yeah, generally I'm used to California being drier, but it does smell like California, like when I used to go hiking, like in Angeles National Forest. And we have here grapevines, which are not native to California, but they sure do grow. And this is the Mediterranean garden. The entranceway is this neat LED lit arch, and it comes into these most amazing palm trees. I think I've seen palm trees like this in Spain, They're just enormous. And of course, the dead fronds are pruned, but they're just so beautiful. And I'm gonna see what this is, all these flowers. This is a section I haven't walked into yet, but it looks like a Japanese garden. Yes, so this is a Japanese garden, and although they keep the temperature to simulate spring year round, the trees are I just happen to be here while they are blooming because it's end of March. So lucky me. Yeah, it's like if a Japanese garden was done in a convention center, but it's a permanent exhibit. More controlled than our Japanese garden, obviously, which is outdoors, which feels a little bit more natural, but this is still very, very pretty. And let's, now I took the elevator to the topmost floor, and they call this the succulents garden. And there's a lot of cactus and yucca and stuff. Well, and also there's these artworks carved out of driftwood throughout the place that is pretty neat. But check these things out. These cacti, I've never seen anything like that before. It doesn't even look real, but they are definitely growing like that. A conservatory, that's the word I'm looking for. This is a temperature-controlled indoor botanical garden, and it was absolutely amazing.